Ethan Carter was a geologist aboard the Horizon, a deep space exploration vessel tasked with cataloging mineral-rich exoplanets. But fate had other plans. When a rogue meteor storm disabled the ship, Ethan crash-landed on Auriel, a planet unlike any humanity had ever encountered. Auriel was a world of crystalline forests, bioluminescent rivers, and skies painted in shades of violet and gold. Its inhabitants, the Aurians, were humanoid in shape, but with translucent iridescent skin that shimmered with emotions. They spoke through a symphony of harmonic vibrations, a language Ethan initially struggled to understand, but soon grew to love. When the Aurians discovered Ethan, they treated him not as a threat, but as a curiosity. Among them was Lyra, a researcher and healer whose curiosity about Ethan mirrored his about her world. She had eyes like liquid opals and an aura of light that pulsed with warmth whenever she spoke to him. The Aurians lived in harmony with their environment, cultivating energy from the planet's natural bioluminescence. Their cities were organic structures, grown rather than built, blending seamlessly into the crystalline landscape. They valued connection above all else, not just with each other, but with the planet itself. Ethan learned their ways slowly. Lyra became his guide, teaching him the nuances of their vibrational language and their history. She showed him how to listen, not just to sounds, but to the subtle energies that flowed through Auriel. "You see with your eyes," Lyra explained one evening as they stood beneath a sky ablaze with twin moons. "But we see with our hearts." Ethan was captivated, not just by her words, but by the way her light shimmered brighter when she spoke to him. Months passed, and Ethan became more than just an observer. He began to feel at home on Auriel, immersed in the rhythms of its life. His bond with Lyra deepened as they shared their stories and dreams. One day, Lyra led him to a sacred place, a lake of liquid crystal that resonated with a deep, harmonic hum. "This is where we connect to our ancestors," she said, "where we share our true selves." As they stood by the water, Lyra's aura shifted to a deep, radiant blue, a color Ethan had come to understand as love. "I have seen many stars, Ethan, but none shine like you." Overwhelmed, Ethan reached out, and in that moment, their auras intertwined, creating a cascade of colors that danced across the lake. It was more than touch. It was a melding of souls, an understanding deeper than words. But Ethan's time on Auriel was not infinite. The Aurians had repaired his distress beacon, and a human rescue ship was on its way. "You could stay," Lyra said, her voice trembling, "but it would mean leaving behind your world, your people." Ethan was torn. Auriel had become his home, and Lyra was everything he had never known he needed. Yet the thought of never seeing Earth again, of never knowing what became of humanity, weighed heavily on him. "I don't know if I can," he whispered. The day of the rescue arrived. The human ship landed, its cold, metallic presence a stark contrast to Auriel's organic beauty. Lyra stood by Ethan as he prepared to leave, her light dimmed with sorrow. As he approached the shuttle, Ethan turned back one last time. "Come with me," he pleaded. Lyra shook her head. "Your world is not ready for me, but this is not goodbye." She reached out and placed a small crystalline object in his hand. "This will let you feel me, no matter where you are. A piece of my light for your journey." Back on Earth, Ethan struggled to readjust. The world felt colder, harsher, and emptier without Lyra and the vibrant life of Auriel. Yet, each night, he held the crystal close, and in its glow, he felt her presence. He dedicated his life to bridging the gap between humanity and Auriel, working tirelessly to share the lessons he had learned of harmony, connection, and love that transcends species and distance. Though separated by light years, Ethan and Lyra remained connected, their bond a testament to the power of love, a love that shone brighter than the stars. Decades later, humanity returned to Auriel, not as explorers, but as partners. And as Ethan stepped off the ship, now an old man, he saw Lyra waiting for him by the crystal lake, her aura as bright as the day he left. "I told you this wasn't goodbye," she said, her light wrapping around him like an embrace. In her presence, Ethan felt whole again, as if no time had passed. Together, they stood by the shimmering lake, their lights intertwining once more, a love that had endured across the stars.